my name is PearlescentMoon and welcome to our very own first look into Minecraft Legends. In the early days of April, I was lucky enough to be invited to fly out to Tokyo and was given the chance there to preview the game and give it a whirl of my own. A huge thank you to Microsoft, Xbox, and Mojang for such an opportunity. Minecraft Legends itself is an open-world action strategy game that presents the option of playing either the campaign story mode, PvP against other people in the world, and another mode that I honestly didn't get to try that day, so I can't really offer much opinion on that one. However, we're going to kickstart this video with diving into the campaign, as that was where we were able to play the tutorial and get familiar with the game and its controls. Initial impressions left me quite impressed with the graphics quality. It had a beautiful, smooth, geometric styling to it, and you can tell there was a wonderful artistic attention to detail with the gorgeous cutscenes it introduced throughout the game. I will play the intro sequence to the tutorial now so you can view what I'm talking about without my rambling over the top.
Hello!
I hope you're feeling okay. That kind of trip always upsets my stomach.
Thank you for having the courage to come. I am Foresight.
I'm Action.
And I'm Knowledge.
I wish we had met under different circumstances, but this world is under attack, and we need your help. Foul creatures known as the Piglins have emerged from their fiery home, and they mean to conquer this peaceful land and all the creatures that live here.
We need your help to make sure that doesn't happen. But don't worry, you won't be alone.
Behold, I always wanted to say that. We present to you,
Gifts!
with the right melodies from this loot, the LAs will gather your resources, keep them safe for you, and build whatever you need.
Within this case burn the flames of creation. The flames will call upon friends to fight by your side. These golems helped us shape the overworld, and now they will help you defend it.
And last, but not least, this is the banner of courage. Raise it high, and this world will rise to your aid.
The Piglins' hunger is insatiable. They already have a foothold in the overworld. And if they are not stopped, they will devour everything.
We didn't prepare the creatures of our world for this day. But we believe you can.
That's why we called upon you. If there is any hope, it's you.
Hello?
We don't have much time, but just enough to show you a thing or two about these tools.
As I was assigned to an Xbox unit, I was learning how to play via the controller, so it took me a little bit to wrap my mind over what controls the game was assigning for me. And I did find myself getting turned around trying to find the characters I needed to go to a couple of times, but once I got the hang of what it was asking me, it became generally smooth to play. You are given gathering allays that you can assign places in the world to gather assorted resources, to which you can then build various defenses, navigation pieces, and upgrades while utilizing a different set of building allays. You only have a set number to assign until you unlock more through structural upgrades, so you need to choose where to put them with some strategy in mind for efficiency when getting into the full game. You have 3 main host characters guiding you throughout the story where they urge you to utilize these allays, but also urge you to create your own fighting companions. You start out with the ability to create stone golems, which are great for taking down structures, and also ranged wooden plank golems who are better against mobs. You'll end up unlocking more fighting companions later in the game. After learning the basics, it was time to dive headfirst into the story. The campaign itself presents a primary story focus of saving the land from a piglin invasion on the existing villages in the world. A pretty threatening larger piglin makes his debut as we see the side of the piglins embarking through the portals. I didn't get to fight him in the time I played, but I'm hoping for a pretty epic fight down the line as we progress through the story. Henceforth, you build up your resources, construct defenses, hire allies, and put a stop to the presenting threat. So immediately after the tutorial, you are chucked into the world on top of this overgrown structure, serving as the center point for the world and some of the actions you may undertake. Your first task is to utilize the map or navigation compass and trek over terrain to get to the first village at risk of being overrun by the piglins. This is a good time to set up some gathering allays for resources down the line. Now, Minecraft Legends terrain, like the usual Minecraft world we are all used to, is procedurally generated, so odds are you won't have the same map as anyone else, despite it being a campaign mode with a set story. I really loved that aspect, as I'd say something like that can boost replayability a little more than if you had the same map every single time. Being able to explore new land is personally always exciting to me to see what has generated next. While trekking through the terrain, you'll find many biomes waiting to greet you, but you'll also come across different plants that will give you different boosts depending on the type. As my session was not long enough to explore the entire map, I don't know exactly how many different types of these exist, but I came across two primary ones. Long grass, which appear to give speed, and mushrooms, which will give you a large jump boost to get on top of trees and high ledges. Such a thing could come in handy if you need to get some high ground in combat. In the section of the story I played, I ended up defending multiple different villages from piglin raids. You spawn in your little dudes to fight with you, and after a few waves, you've successfully protected the villages from being wiped out. You'll get a chest with some valuable rewards, which later contribute to upgrades and being able to do more things within the world itself. With Lapis, you unlock structures that will allow you to gather various ores and different resources dotted around that you'll need for more mobs and additional construction. While defending these villages, you'll come across piglin outposts that you'll also need to fight and destroy. These generate with machines that will spawn piglins and spread the nether fungi, posing a danger to the villagers nearby. Once again, fighting these will give you more resources to continue your upgrades and progression. After a little bit of advancing through the story and defending these villages, it came time to face my first big fight. I'm going to preface this segment with a big spoiler warning, as I would love to show you this particular piece of the story, but it's a pretty important lore element that could take away your surprise if you're going to play this yourself. If you don't want to know some big lore, I'll be done talking about this part at around 10 minutes, 50 seconds, 11 minutes-ish into this video. Feel free to skip if you like. And now let me show you the big lore cutscene.
First they poison the ground, and now the sky?
Our hero must see us through the darkness.
This is where the game really shows that it'll ramp it up quite a bit the more you progress. You're tasked with infiltrating the fort they have created so you can destroy the beam turning the world to night. However, there is a massive horde of piglins and assorted mobs awaiting you on the other side. After barging my way in and realizing I was quickly getting overwhelmed by mobs, this is where I thought to the cutscene where the game told you that the overworld mobs are there to fight with you. And I came to the assumption that there could be more of those mobs around the outside of the fort for me to utilize. I figured fighting the small piglins was fruitless and instead just sent the mobs I collected straight to the beam itself, with me walking back out to get even more mobs, assuming more would spawn in. Turns out they did, and are all around the encampment, making my strategy to simply just continue sending them to the center, all the while I could walk around outside and, maybe make myself a nice coffee to relax. In no time at all, the beam was destroyed and the objective completed. But I will admit I am a little sad that I didn't get to fight a huge boss mob that seemed to spawn right at the end. I didn't notice until it was too late, as I was always outside of the fort gathering the mobs to just send them in the middle. And I have to wonder what kind of battle moves that boss would have had. You'll all have to tell me when you get to play for yourselves if you don't do this particular strategy. However, maybe that segment needs to be a little harder if I could win in the way that I did. Something I found really interesting about Minecraft Legends is that, unlike regular Minecraft, this game includes more backstory to the world we all know and love. This is the point in the game where we learn how the day and night cycle is created. Prior to this, it was always day. Night did not exist until that large beacon beam was activated within the overworld, and we now have a scrap of lore that we can take where we please. Minecraft Legends drops the seeds, and it's entirely up to you if you want to make lore bread with them, all the while deciding whether you take that to the other Minecraft versions or not. But I can definitely say that I'll think differently about the day and night cycle from now on. This is as far as I had reached in the campaign, as my session was complete, but I did have an absolutely wonderful time. I'm more of a campaign enthusiast versus the PvP aspect, so I'll leave that full explanation to our other creator friends. I'd recommend checking out Grian or Pixlriffs for some more in-depth look at the PvP side of things, where two teams build forts against each other, strategize battle concepts, and see who can come out on top by destroying their opponent's base. Thank you very much once again to Microsoft and Xbox for inviting me out to Japan to give Minecraft Legends a go. The game shows a lot of promise, and I'm very much looking forward to playing even more on its release come April 18th. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!